Wait, hold on. New incognito window. Sonic.exe. Actually, no. Creepypasta. Oh, it's still here! Yes, give me this! Written by JC the Hyena. Estimated reading time, 18 minutes. We're in for a treat today. Okay. So here's a picture here. We have, the bastard in the middle here. Okay. For you, gaming is about escape. When you push the button on the console, switch the PC on, you are switching the real world off and escaping to somewhere else for a while. Recently, the bright primary colors, I'm going to pronounce it that way when it's spelled that way, and flat backgrounds of retro games have been your escape. Sure, the graphics are virtually primitive and the plinky-plonk music can be infuriating, but there, ; something about the simplicity, the fullness of the characters, and the amazing gameplay of those games that really appeals. Until, that is, one of those games, full of bright sunshine days, suddenly turns dark. I feel like I'm not going to take this seriously at all. So just a warning. Until one of your favorite characters fills the screen, but instead of offering his usual wide smile and mischievous eyes, he instead offers you emptiness, terror, and the dark hollow void of empty sockets that leak some awful fluid. The music fades, the eyeless face glares out, and you realize, far too late, you're in his world now. Oh my god, if I'm nearly laughing at that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bust out laughing like a hyena later. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. I need some water. Okay. Overview. Oh no! Oh wait, hold on. Sonic.exe creepypasta story. Yes, let's read the creepypasta. Okay, that was, I guess we could say that's the back of the book of this. Okay. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. It started on a nice cliché summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I like how you get to explore the towns in it. Until I noticed, on my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle, let's just call him that, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting. Though, what was weird was how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get... What was that? Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me. And if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. I nearly laughed. Why? Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. Well, that was certainly weird. Although Kyle is my best friend, and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. I didn't think that such a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him, After all, it's just a game, right? People... Okay. Time TY, if you're watching this, it's not just a game. Not referring to this, but I'm referring to something else. Boy, I was wrong about that. Whoops. Anyway, I looked at the disc, and it looks like any ordinary computer CDR disc, except it had black marker on it written sonic.exe, and it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan. Okay, I don't think the detail written about the CD was necessary. You could have just said, I looked at the disc and it had the writing sonic.exe written on it. That is all you could have said, and that would have worked a billion times better. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. Didn't he already have his PC on? What the hell? When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game, and I was like, awesome! Because, like I said earlier, I liked the classics. Okay, how do you go and install the game without seeing the title of the game? Because if you're gonna install it, it probably just said Sonic, but still. The first thing I noticed that was out of the place was when I pressed start. There's a split second when I saw the image turn into something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying, before cutting to black. I remember what the image looked like. In that split second before the game cut to black, the sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined, the Sega 1991 was now instead Sega 666, and the water had turned red, like blood, except it looked cliché and hyper-realistic. The hyper-realistic blood added again, oh my god. But the freakiest thing that was in that split-second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding, with two red glowing, two fucking dots staring right at me. I just had to do it. I just had to say that. And his smile had stretched wider, up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it, though I figured it was just a glitch and forgot about it. How does Sonic glitch out like that? Like, I know palette glitches, but still. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then a rather weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. And I was like, what the fuck? What's this thing doing in the first Sonic game? Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level. I've never seen what the fuck's that look like. Images. Oh, so it's, it's, red. And creepy. I'm not used to reading this much. And then... And there were only 3 save files. The music was the creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound. Only it was extended. It seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on is just red static for all 3 files. You could have just said, and all 3 files were blank or had static. What freaked me out was the character select. It only showed Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Eggman. Now I was sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game, for crying out loud? My guy, you are overreacting. That was when I realized it wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. A hacked game to include Mr. Balls. That's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever said on a video. I am so sorry. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy. But as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared, or at least I tried not to be. I told myself it was just a hacked game, and there was nothing wrong with that. You should see my face right now. This so far is so bad it's good. I'm pretty sure the writer wants the reader to be scared. Like, anyone who reads it, he wants me specifically to be scared. But I'm just reading this with a smile on my face. This is too good. Anyway, shaking off the creeped feeling I had, I picked File 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started. What? Okay. That English threw me off a bit. The game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded awful like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy. You mean exactly the fucking same. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then showed the typical level title thing, except the the simplistic shapes are different shades of red, and the text only showed Hill Act 1. You mean the level title oval thing? The screen faded in and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was much different, though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Pro tip, if you want to make anything scary, just reverse it. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like you would in any of the Sonic games. What was odd was that as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That's when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. Suddenly I saw something, and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of those small animals lying dead on the ground bleeding. I almost said breathing there. Breathing. It was when the music had started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I had never saw him have before. So I had him move along. And he kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers. He moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like someone killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel hanged on a tree with what appears to be his entrails hanging out. A bunny had all 4 of its limbs torn off, and a duck his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. Oh my god. Jesus, okay, that's pretty violent. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently Tails is the only one able to... Okay. Images. Can I find a picture of the animals? Well, there's dead animals. Oh, here we go. It just looks like a mess of pixels. Tails shouldn't even be just. What is this fan art? What the fuck is this fan art? It's MS Paint. Let's not go there. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to I still kept Tails to continue. Do you have stupid? After a minute, my throat. After a minute passed, the music stopped. Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was there on the other side of the screen, with his back against Tails, with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing Sonic wasn't responding to him. 'Cause he can't hear you. The Sonic can't hear you. He has his speakers muted. If not acting like he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and then I noticed I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move. Moving your keyboard? There, I just moved my laptop keyboard. I think that made Tails move. So this had to be a cutscene. I'm pretty sure that's one word, not two.